Hey, I'm Charity, and this series is dedicated to all my lovers who have really helped in my becoming. I'm incredibly proud of the magnetic, sexy, powerful goddess of a woman that I've become. And so I wanted to take time to honor my men, past, present, um, and tell how they have contributed to this beautiful woman that you see right now. So let's get started. Today, I want to talk about my Virgo lover, who I affectionately call Daddy. This series is talking about finding Daddy, and I actually call him Daddy. There was a time when me and my soulmate, who's my cancer lover, I've upgraded him to soulmate. Well, we were seeing each other once a month. We were being very intentional. I would drive to Dallas for a weekend. We would meet halfway for a weekend. He would come down here for a weekend. But there was a time when that slowed down. He'd gotten a girlfriend. And so I guess I had to share his time. And I didn't like it. So I vividly remember the Sunday afternoon. I was in the middle of a solo masturbation session, and I was calling in my person. I remember being very intentional about my words and my energy and saying, I want my person. I am ready for my person. I wanted someone local that I did not have to drive 6 hours or 3 hours to see, or have to wait to see. Somebody I can drive, 20, 30 minutes, and was available when I needed that sexual healing or to be held. And so that Sunday afternoon, I took some time and I connected with myself, and I told the universe what I wanted. Not even I would say not even 3 hours later. It might have been an hour later. I was on TikTok, and a familiar face popped up on my For You page, and super handsome and very buff, and he was working out. It was like doing some curls or something in his red shirt. And I remember thinking, damn, he is fine. And I'm not somebody who finds people attractive. I need an emotional connection to be physically attracted to people that I'm interested in. But right away, I was incredibly attracted to him. Beautiful eyes, mustache, goatee, brown skin, just buff, just ooh. And so he happened to be a parent of one of my students, and I had met him before, but didn't think anything of it before. That was like earlier in the year. But he was fine in that video. So I liked the video. Didn't think too much of it. and got some notifications that he liked a couple of my videos, and then he inboxed me. And the conversation was so easy, and he was so honest. And I like that because I find safety in honesty. I don't want to wonder how you're feeling. I don't want to wonder what you're doing. I just want to know. And he was honest. Like, he had no problem. And so we just had honest interaction, conversation back and forth. He FaceTimed me that evening and we talked some more. And we just kind of kept conversing. He knew I was married. He told me he was looking for sex. I told him I was looking for love. He said we can, meet somewhere in the middle. So we're getting to know each other. And the school year was closing. It was ending. And I wanted to see what the interaction would be like in person. So I went over there and we talked, and he was so forthcoming about his past, how he grew up, how he became who he was, today. And I am a person who really loves to listen. I like to get to know people just by listening to them and feeling their energy. And his energy was very vulnerable. It was relaxed. He was very talkative, and I just enjoyed just being there, just listening to him. And we kissed, and of course he was trying to make it go a little further, and I told him I didn't come over for that. I just came over to just feel his energy, and he backed up off of it. And I liked that. I liked that he wasn't pushy on me. So we continued to talk, and we kissed some more. And he said, "Let me in." And it was so intoxicating, just the command. And so I did. And he talked to me the entire time just about how beautiful I was, or he found me, and how good I felt to him. And I don't know that I ever experienced being talked through it the way that he did. And I enjoyed myself. It was really good. And I knew that I'd be back. So the next day we talked, and he told me how much he enjoyed it. I told him how much I enjoyed it, and that, we wanted to continue. And then the talking kind of slowed down, and we did hook up maybe a week later, and then another week later. So 2 more times within like 2 weeks, but the conversation had kind of stopped. And I asked him, like, what happened? Is it because you've gotten what you wanted? Were you just wanting sex and you got the sex, and so you're disinterested now? Or do you have a lot of things going on? And he was honest, a little bit of both, but he had some things going on. His father was sick. His job was, kind of demanding. But I really did like that he was honest. And so I knew I mentioned before that I have this gift where I can connect with somebody sexually and know kind of where they are and what they need. And I knew after connecting with him a couple times that he was in a space where he was healing. He was in a space where he wanted a meaningful relationship. He wanted a different experience with women. And that's why I was called in. Maybe some feminine ancestor or spiritual guide or somebody that's looking out for him called me in. I'm really very intentional about who I love, and how I show up. And I just believe that there's no coincidences in who you meet, how you meet, the relationship that is being built, whether it's a season or a lifetime. Everything works out for your good if you believe that. I believe that, but also believe it for him. Felt like I was called in for a reason. He needed to experience a different type of love. I was game for it. I wasn't, though, prepared for how much I would like him and how much my like for him would transform me. So he is responsible for, or my desire for him is responsible for, how I learned how to manifest, how I learned how to get in the zone and call things in. And I used him as a mirror. I used him as a compass. When he would come around, I knew I was in the zone, and I would try to figure out, okay, now what else can I call in? Because he's here. That means I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? I'm in the zone. What can I do to make some things happen? I learned more about my attachment style too in this space. I had more of an anxious attachment style, and he has an avoidant attachment style. And it helped me to value myself enough to become a secure attachment style. You should look up the attachment styles to see where you are and like how you show up in your relationships. It's really, really cool. And it can help you kind of heal yourself, know what healing you may need and where your partner is and how to connect with them based on their attachment style. So I was using him as a mirror to kind of let me know where I am, how I'm showing up, what I need to do to manipulate my reality. We call it 3D in the manifestation, like spirituality type world. One day, this is a true story. One day, I'm feeling good. I am driving home, me and my daughter. I'm singing and I'm feeling really good, and I'm thinking about him, and I'm thinking about my the car that I'm driving, and I'm saying or thinking, this is not big enough for the family I'm calling in. I have 4 kids. He has 2 children. in order for me to have all of our kids together, I need a bigger vehicle. And I'm just feeling good. And and 5 minutes. So I'm like, I need a new truck. Like, I need a bigger vehicle. And not even 5 minutes later, I have an accident. Totaled my car and bought a bigger truck the next day. It just taught me how to call things in. It taught me that manifestation is not just wishful thinking, but the way that you feel, the feeling of what you want, how you feel about it, the feeling in the moment, the positive thoughts and calling it in. All those things matter when you are manifesting and calling things in. Like, it was my desire for him that has taught me all these things, and that has contributed to really how powerful I am now. Like, I'm able to manipulate my reality easily. I do these things called rants, where in the morning I'll say, it was a great day. My baby reached out and told me, how much he missed me, blah, blah, whatever. And I write it as if it's already happened. And at some point in the day, I will get a text from him or a FaceTime from him. And, so he's really been super instrumental in me. His energy is super fucking intoxicating. He has this natural, and it could be from being in the army, or I don't know, but he has this protective thing, this masculine protective thing that is just weakening. And he is the only guy who can tell me what the fuck to do. And I don't know if you ever heard this clip from Jill Scott. I love Jill Scott. She is, to this day, my favorite artist. But there is a quote, I think, when she's on the Breakfast Club, and she's saying, if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't fucking tell me what to do. And he just can tell me what to do. Go in there, fix me a sandwich. Okay. Like, I just soften immediately when he's around, in his presence. He could be a god if he would really tap in. And so I think part of me is also attracted to his potential. I guess that's a very woman thing to do. But when I think about how I called him in, I said, I'm ready for my person. And then he shows up. And I think about all the things we've kind of gone through and how I allow him just to be him, how I allow him to take the space he needs. We've been talking for 2 years and we don't have sex that often. I allow him to just come in and out as he needs to, as he pleases. And I'm still the same person. I show the same love. I show the same submission. I show the same willingness to help. He knows that he can call on me when his kid needs this and that. But as I do that, and I've done the work, so I'm able to do that and be confident and secure and know my worth, because my desire for him has called me to look at myself and to desire myself more, if that makes sense. He's been my mirror. He's been my compass. When he shows up, I'm calling in and I'm confident and I'm doing what I want to do. And when he's gone, am I doing the work that I need to do to be as confident as I need to be? So I called in my person and I show up every day as if he's my person, whether he is showing up as my person or not. I've grown to be unattached to him as my person physically, but attached to the divine representation of who I've given him permission to be. The protector, the daddy, the dominance, the God. I've transformed so much. I think even though me and the soulmate, like, we're still talking, and he has prompted a lot of my journey. My journey started with my desire for my soulmate. I have transformed more in my relationship with Daddy. My desire for him, my desire for the God that he, the godlike energy that he embodies, has allowed me to bloom into the goddess that I am, that I show up to be. So, Q, Daddy, if you ever see this, just know I love you, and you have played a major role in this beautiful goddess of a woman that people see today. I know you guys like these Finding Daddy series. I get a lot of comments and interactions, and I'm so grateful. Please continue. I really appreciate how you guys support me and Seven Magnolias. Please do not stop. Please share, like, and subscribe. Until next time, I love you. Bye.